6th grade at the marina, I was allowed to have a field trip. So I put up my sign-in sheet for who wants to go to Uncle Gaylord's Ice Cream in the Mission District and see how ice cream is made. And then the trip came, and me and the kids that had signed up for this trip, did we have permission slips? Don't even know. Got on the 22 and went all the way to the Mission, where we had our tour of and tasting, and then got on the bus and went back. I remember Gertrude hosted the Seder that we had, where we were learning about the Jewish holidays, and then she hosted a meal with the matzah and taught us about the lambs on the door to, you know, to keep people away from, protect certain homes. And I remember that I wasn't in her class, but her class hosted our class for this Seder. We went from upstairs to downstairs for this kind of very ritualistic learning experience. Sulim taught us to count 1 to 10 in Chinese and introduced us to Chinese New Year activities, and I seem to recall she led us on one of those field trips during Chinese New Year to a Chinese banquet restaurant where we learned the art of the lazy Susan. That's what stands out to me the most, is wow, you could have all this food on a table that spins in the middle? Because we didn't have that in our 1-bedroom apartment. Another memory I have is when Paul took us to the youth hostel in the Marin Headlands, and we got all ready for our trip, and we got our ride out there, and we had our experience, and then Paul called just a few parents, and we're like, okay, come get their stuff, we're hiking home. And all of us were in just like completely left field. It felt like a surprise. It felt like the rug had got pulled out from under us. I remember feeling really upset about it, and I remember him saying, I'm going to take you all for ice cream after we make it back. And I remember it felt like forever coming through the mountains, and then it felt really good coming across the Golden Gate Bridge back to school. And I remember he took us to Baskin Robbins on Chestnut after that. And then I clearly remember the wet room and the dry room and the reading room, because our class K through 4 needed all the rooms. So the wet room was activities like wonton making and Phil's Beginning Chicken 101 class, where I learned that if you pull the tendon in the chicken's foot, it makes the foot go like this even after it's gone. And I learned about the chicken's skin and the muscles in the leg, because we dissected these whole chickens. Paul getting really upset at some disrespectful thing that happened in our class, and I have no idea what it was. But he went on strike from teaching us, and he wrote to each of us the thing that we were doing that was so disrespectful or unacceptable. And I remember seeing mine and being so hurt, because I was the quiet, shy one in the class. How could I possibly have offended? And I still don't remember what it was that he said that I did, but I must have. So I remember that important lesson of us being brought to negotiate how we could get our teacher back, so we could get back to this curriculum that we were finally doing in our older kids' class. But it was a lesson in respect. Check 1, 2, check, check. 1, 2.
Hand me down the walking cane. Hand me down my hat. Every now and don't be late, 'cause we ain't got time.
You guys have a ball.
You and me, we're going out.
Yeah, no worries.
Calculated sounds, guaranteed to blow your mind. So